Okay.
Okay.
So which is the first album you bought?
Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast.
Okay. The last album you bought?
Well, I bought some records today. I bought a Spanish original pressing of Led Zeppelin 2, which I was happy about. I bought another UK original of Deep Purple Burn because it was such a nice condition and 30% off in the store. And I also bought a Vertigo Records compilation double album today.
Just today. Okay. How many records do you have in your collection?
Thousands.
Yeah. Tell me an album that changed your life.
Well, there's too many. You know.
Yeah, you can tell.
Well, the Number of the Beast did change my life.
Okay.
You know? All the Judas Priest records up till Painkiller changed my life. Or the Accept records, the Scorpions records, the Sabbath records. Obviously, lots of the progressive rock records. Scott Walker, as we talked about before. And, there's too many.
A record that you listen very often?
Joni Mitchell, Courtney Spark.
Joni Mitchell, okay. Which is your favorite album cover?
First Black Sabbath.
First one, yeah. Which record will you buy to your best friend?
Joni Mitchell, Courtney Spark, or Nick Drake, Right to Light.
Right. And to your worst enemy?
Lady Gaga.
Greatest Hits by Scooter.
Scooter. I don't know them.
It's a German techno band.
Wow. Okay. Which record will you play to seduce a woman? Something cheesy.
Scott Walker 3.
Oh yeah, it's raining today and all that stuff. Yeah. And to a man?
Seduce a man.
Yeah. It's a very, very strange question.
I haven't tried. Well, if I was to seduce a man, I'd probably be full on gay, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be the Scooter record again.
Oh, okay, right. Sorry. Is there any record in which you would love to be involved as a musician, in the past or actually?
Well, you know, like some of the more experimental records, like Dark Side of the Moon, or like the early Pink Floyd, like Atom Heart Mother.
Yeah.
Those types of things where it would just like seem to happen and they didn't know what the fuck's going to happen. And yeah, it just seemed very interesting times.
Very improvised and...
Yeah.
Okay, right. Which is the most embracing record you have?
Embracing?
Embracing. Sorry for my English.
Well, there's like Nick Drake, Brighter Lighter, I think is a important record for me in many ways. Both of my daughters were born as that record is playing in the hospitals. If that qualifies as embracing, I'm not sure, but I would have to pick that one.
Yeah. Okay. The best album from your parents' collection?
I only took one from them, and that was Abbey Road by the Beatles.
Abbey Road.
Yeah.
Okay. They bought pop music, or
they were, you know, my mother was into Cliff Richards and the Shadows and Tommy Steele, and my dad's into Elvis, and they had like a Supremes record I remember liking. But generally their taste in music was not really all that great.
Okay, right. One record from the 70s. I know that this is a fucking question, but only one? Could you tell me?
Well, you know, like it could be, you know, so many.
Two or three?
Well, you know, the first Sabbath record is insanely important for me and for the world.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
I also like many underrated records by famous bands, like the first Scorpions album. I think it's an amazing record.
It's more progressive, maybe?
Yeah, it sounds like the desert rock, basically. You know, it sounds a bit like Sabbath.
Okay.
I love that album, and I usually quiz people with that record, like, who's this? Who do you think this is? You know, and they're like, I know it is. It's like Scorpions.
Okay, these two. And from the 80s? One, two...
Seventh Son of Seventh Son by Iron Maiden, which is my favorite Maiden record, and one of my early shows with them. So it's just, I have fond memories of that. I still love that album to death. But there's quite a few 80s records, all the metal bands. listening to Black Album, Sport. Defense of the Faith.
Defense of the Faith, okay. And from the 90s?
Black Album.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Dirt. 90s was a bad era for music, I think. Many death metal albums came out, you know, some of the, like, Clandestine by Entombed, Blessed Are the Sick Covenant, and Domination by Morbid Angel. All the death metal, the Autopsy.
Autopsy, yeah.
Mental Funeral. Maybe Severed Survivals, late 80s, or was it 1990 maybe it was. Dark Throne.
Okay.
First two.
I'm not from the metal scene, apart from Alice in Chains in the 90s.
Yeah, it's not too much, you know. Like you know, I like some of those bands. But Alice in Chains is one of that album. Dirt has longevity, just like the Beatles records to me.
Okay.
So it's a good pick.
Okay, right. Which song would you like to be played at your funeral?
Depends if I want to make people sad or if I want to make them like, well, you had a good life or whatever, you know. But
maybe something happy, or
maybe play something like Total Destruction by Bathory.
Okay. Yeah. Have you heard any record of an English band called Levitation? You know that?
I know an American band called Leviathan. They were called Levitation. I don't
Levitation.
know.
I have heard them from this summer, and they play a mixture of psychedelia, like the early Porcupine Tree albums,
right?
But mix it with things like The Cure or
interesting,
or the Smiths or
right. No, I haven't heard.
I will give you the link.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and Julian Cope, you know them?
Julian Cope, I know him. Yeah. He's very much into record collecting.
Yeah.
And he knows. I read some of his reviews that he's writing about some of the stuff. So he knows shit. You know, I'd love to sit down and talk shit with him.
Yeah.
And go through his record collection.
It's incredible. I followed him since I was a kid because my father bought records. He has one that I love, that it's called Fright.
I never listened much to it. Just, you know, he's pretty recent for me because through my record collecting I came across his name a couple of times.
Okay. And the last one, tell me how it's going, the project with Steven Wilson. We know the name, we know that in April will come out. But
yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, we have everything done for the record. The song's obviously done, and the mix is done. The cover artwork is picked, you know. And the only thing that's left for us to do is to finalize the record deal and to take a band picture.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right. So that's all.
Awesome.
Yeah, because we have only this, and then people said you have only 20 minutes, and I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Next time I will give you
sure.
page.
Yeah, more record collecting.
Okay, thank you.
I love it.
So we can take a photo with you?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.